All right, what is going on, guys? Today's video is kind of just gonna be another Q&A because I've been getting a ton of questions from people who are like brand new to the SMMA space, and like, they really don't know like where to start, how to start. And so I feel like in my past few videos, I kind of made the mistake of assuming that like most of my audience would be people that are like somehow experienced in SMA, or they've already gotten like their first client or their first few clients, which is my mistake. Obviously, a lot of you guys are literally just starting from ground zero, right? And so I just wanted to cover the topic of niches, right? So picking your niche is probably the single most important thing when you're actually running an SMA, outside of your offer, right? So if you don't have a niche that is both high ticket and something that's evergreen, meaning like it's actual like cut of the economy, like the actual like part of the economy that actually like physically takes up, has to always be growing. You guys know what I mean? Like, for example, like the entire plumbing sector would fall under home improvement, right? So the plumbing industry is evergreen because it's always growing, right? There's always going to be a need for that because the population is increasing. So you're going to have a lot of people who are going to be, searching for these services, and you're going to have more businesses opening up, offering these services, right? So similarly, when it comes to you being a social media marketing agency, you want to find brands that are evergreen and high ticket. Not only that though, once you have those two criterias down, right? And make sure you guys are taking notes, by the way, because this video is going to be packed with so much value and you guys don't want to miss a single thing, right? This is all free content that I'm giving you guys, and most of these other gurus, they won't tell you guys this type of stuff in depth, right? But as I was saying, right, you guys want to make sure that your niche, right, is something that could, like, you have to think about this logically, right? Something that could genuinely benefit from social media marketing, like ads, from actual ads, right? Something that, a niche that typically has some sort of like website already set up. They already have like their actual booking set up, and some sort of like sales funnel already set up, right? So they have to be able to benefit from ads, namely Facebook ads, because that's what majority of you guys are going to be running, and that's what I personally run as well. And from there, just make a list. Literally open up a Google Doc right now, make a list, right? And this is a bit of a motivational video as well, if you guys want to take it that way, because I feel like a lot of people are just failing to think. You just genuinely have to sit down sometimes and just think. That's where like great things come from, right? So literally sit down, make a list of niches that are very, very unique. There aren't gurus literally like raving about these niches. There isn't a million different people doing outreach in these niches. They're high ticket. They can benefit from like Facebook ads. They have some sort of technological base like already set up. Like they already have some sort of, they already have a little, like they have to have a domain, right? Because if they don't have a domain or even a website, you're going to be forced into the role of being a tech support guy, which actually happened to me when I first started off. Like I genuinely had to help these people step by step and hold their hands on, building their website, getting a domain on googledomains.com. And so, and I didn't even charge them for any of this either. So it was just the base service fee, maybe like $350 a month or something like that. And most of the time I didn't even get a testimonial, right? So it was just kind of out of the kindness of my heart. But it's like, you guys don't want to end up in these types of situations when you're first starting off, because it's going to kind of just demotivate you guys, because you're doing all this work for one client. And then at the same time, you don't even have systems in place. If you guys don't have systems in place, you are not a business. I'm sorry to tell you, you're a freelancer. Personally, I wouldn't want to be called a freelancer. So that's why I have systems in place. A freelancer is someone who basically goes from job to job and they don't have any job security. They don't have systems in place to work for them. For example, like when they're sleeping, they're not going to be getting clients. They're not going to be getting leads. They're not going to have meetings set while they're sleeping. They're not going to be making money while they're sleeping. So they physically have to put in work. It's sort of like a 9 to 5, if you will, in order for them to start seeing results. So it's very, very important. You need to build systems very early on. You need to learn how to think outside the box, have a unique niche, a niche that is high ticket as well, right? So just make a list. And then what I would say is just start split testing, email, cold email these different niches, get like a list of maybe like 20, 25, 30 different businesses every single day. And by the way, if you guys haven't seen my lead sourcing video, I think I made a video about this like just a few days ago. What you guys want to do is you want to use warmer lead source, traffic sources essentially. So you want to find warm leads. Don't find cold leads, because what that's going to then cause is like you to do all this work doing cold outreach, right? And then whilst you're doing cold outreach, there's a high chance that they're not even going to respond. So these businesses might be businesses that have already had a bad experience with social media marketing agencies in the past. They might be businesses that just don't see the value in it. Like there's genuinely businesses who just, they feel like there's no value in having a social media marketing agency around, or advertising services in general. Like they just rather do word of mouth and it's just working for them because they're just known in their community or whatever, right? These might be businesses that don't even have the money to actually pay for these services. So they're going to try to like get a free trial out of you, and then they're not going to pay you after you're done like bringing them good results for an entire 30-day period. They're not going to want to pay you after that. So this is another reason that you just want to completely avoid free trials, right? You've heard it here first, like never, ever, ever offer a free trial. I've never once told you guys to offer a free trial. Never. If you offer a free trial, they will feel so entitled. They're going to think, okay, I was getting all these good results from this person for free. So why am I now being charged for this? You see what I mean? Like you just have to avoid that completely. And so, yeah, like what I wanted to like ultimately let you guys know is like, if you're sitting there and you have analysis paralysis and you guys are just kind of like wondering like where to start, just take these 3 tips. This is basically a summary of this video, right? Have systems in place, have a unique high ticket niche, and finally make sure that wherever you're sourcing your actual leads from has to be warm leads, as warm as possible, lukewarm even. They don't have to be fully warm, as long as your leads are somewhat warm. Cold leads is just done at this point. It's not a thing anymore in SMMA. It's not going to work. You're going to have to send literally thousands of cold emails, maybe hundreds of cold calls, maybe tens of thousands of cold DMs, because literally people's DMs are full with this type of stuff. And so it's kind of just like impossible to actually literally get a response, to even get a scene. They won't even look at your DM. They'll get like the notification or whatever, but they're not actually going to click on it, because they read the first line and automatically they know it's another social media marketing agency individual or someone who's trying to like solicit them for like editing services or something like that. So they already know, right? Unless you actually trick them and you tell them like, oh, you're a customer or something like that, which you're basically gonna like get their hopes up, and then they're gonna be mad at you after that, right? So yeah, I hope this video has helped you guys out. Yeah, just go ahead and subscribe with your notification bells on if you guys haven't already, for all this free value that I'm bringing you guys. You guys won't find this anywhere else. If this was any other YouTuber, they most likely would have sold you guys like a $1,000 course for this. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time.